12 o'clock at night. I forgot my freaking tablet and updated. Hopefully she didn't change too much. I don't really like big changes happening to my stuff. Okay. Oh my god, I'm disgusted. I am disgusted. I am disgusted. Me no like. Me no like. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to go back in and change this. What the fuck? There we go. Home screen layout. Yeah, put it back. What the fuck? What is this? Girl, what? Girl, what is happening right now? Oh my god. No. So y'all made them all smaller so they can all fit on the screen? Like, this is so weird. I don't like this. Like, look how tiny it is. What the fuck? How do I blow this up? And it's like there ain't no in between. It's either this or this. Baby, I am an unhappy camper right now. I am a very unhappy camper. I don't like when they update shit and then change the layout of your shit without asking you. And you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, okay, here we go. How they look now? Cause baby, go back to what I was doing. Mm-mm. Baby, no. What the fuck? How do you fix this? Maybe I can go and like. Hey, Daryl. It's Tar. It's Tar. What a pathetic little loser you are. I mean, I don't know what it's like to be pathetic, so I don't know what it's like to try to say that somebody is not attractive, but I mean, to each his own, I guess. I don't know about you guys, but I don't know what it's like to be a miserable little shit, so. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what that's like. But you know what? It's so funny. I'm so glad that It's Tar has said something because that's what I'm going to be talking to y'all about today. How to handle little shits like that. I am very upset right now. My freaking tablet is like something I don't want. Um, but anyways, I actually want to just hop on really quick because I just got done watching a video. And if you're part of a certain demographic, then this will hit a little bit harder for you. But like, I just got done watching a video of a black lady talking about how like black women, we can't be anything without getting hate. So you may as well just be happy no matter what, right? And that could be anything, right? And I had got a hate comment today because I have started a new series on the channel called the ADHD. So basically, you guys come along with me to try like different restaurants that I want to go to, or just anywhere that I'm like craving and everything like that. And I bring you guys along with me. And in the video, I'm at Chili's and I eat like I get like the triple dipper, and all I eat is like one of each thing, and then I pack up all my stuff and go. Right, first episode, and this hater comes in and was just like what did they say? Oh my god, I fucking hate this phone so much. It's like everything is like rah, up there. Um, let me see. Everybody line up. Here we go outside. They said, what a gross way to justify overeating. Get your shit together. Once again, I had one of each item. So one chicken tender, one little mini slider. If you ever been to Chili's and you ever had the triple dipper, you know what I'm talking about. And then one of the little mozzarella sticks, and everything else was packed up and gone. But even if it wasn't, right, that meal is for one person. And so one thing I always tell people when it comes down to dealing with haters, or just people who are, you're not even just in haters if you're not online, just even in life, like laughing at them is going to be your best thing. It's going to be your best option. That's what you got to do. You have to laugh hysterically, like, because it is quite truly funny. Like, the funniest part about it, just the basis level of it, is that you're notifying everybody unprovoked, loudly, that you're a miserable little shit. Just a miserable little shit, right? And this hater was so upset because I start my intro off with saying that you guys come along with me on impulsive eats. Now, if you have ADHD, we do everything on impulse. Like, everything is impulsive if you are an ADHDer, because that's how we live our lives, right? And that's how I get chores done. That's how I get everything done, right? And so the impulsive part is just me doing what my brain wants to do. If my brain wants to go to a restaurant, try something new, go to Chili's, whatever, I'm gonna sometimes do it. Most of the time I cook at home because I like to cook. But this person took me just saying, coming along with me on impulsive eats, as a way to go on this whole tangent about how I have a disgusting way to live, and I'm justifying overeating, even though I didn't overeat in my video and all this stuff, right? And so this is why you have to laugh at sorry little sacks of shit like this. Because how is it that you watch the same video as 57 other people, and your first conclusion was, let me go underneath this person's comment and say, go underneath this person's video and say, oh, you're glorifying overeating. You're glorifying da-da-da. When they're not overeating in their video. They're not talking about overeating in their video. All they're doing is eating at a restaurant like a regular person. And with that, you have to be like, I'm dealing with an imbecile. And haters are always stupid. I'm sorry, every single time that I see them, they're like always stupid. They're like, they lack the intelligence, the depth of the rest of society. Like they were like the passing kid, like just the barely passing kid in school. You know what I'm saying? Like that one test would have made them not pass school if their teacher didn't take pity on them. You just say that's the type of people that we be dealing with, right? Because they have to find ways to try to make you miserable along with them. And it's like, why would you even want that for your life? You know what I'm saying? Why would you even want to go back and forth with somebody like that? Why would you even want to give that person the time of day? Personally, I find it absolutely hilarious to call out little sacks of shit. I think that it's fun, right? But remember that it's never like serious. Anything they say, I never take it seriously, because you're a pathetic hater. You more than likely barely passed school, probably flunked a grade or two, and you're going to be miserable your whole life. Well, I'm going to continue being successful and amazing and fun and bubbly. And I don't know what it's like not going to a room and not be liked. You would know all about that, though. You know? So do not let people get under your skin. Or even when it comes down to like being in your day-to-day life. There was a girl I used to work with. This woman, I think that she had a decade on me. I almost guarantee that she had a decade on me in age. And she was one of the most childish people I've ever come across. And me, it was strange because I grew up learning that when you age, you gain wisdom. You gain maturity. You grow, I guess. With this woman, I guess she must have missed the memo. She must have, I don't know. Okay, so missed some steps, slept through the test, not really sure. But she was just so emotionally immature because I would tell her, oh, hey, this when I was back being a teller. Hey, we need help on the teller line. She liked to go and talk. Baby, you would have thought that she was there to get paid to speak to other people, to talk to the coworkers and talk about her life and talk about her husband and her kids. Well, I'm sorry, her husband and her kids. You would have thought that she had some type of special package that the rest of us didn't get. Because the way that she would be in there yapping her mouth off and not trying to work, you'd be like, ma'am, we need help up here, right? And she would get so upset when I would be like, hey, manager, could you go and get such and such? We need help. I shouldn't even have to ask the manager to go get you to do your job. She was so mad about that. Don't call the manager on me and da da da. You've been gone for half an hour, yapping your lips off when we're here to do a job, right? And so she would be so angry about that little stuff that she tried to like ignore me and avoid me and all this extra stuff. And it'd be like, are you an adult? Like, imagine getting upset because somebody asked you to come and do the job that you're paid for. And then you're upset because I didn't physically come and get you. I asked the boss to come and get you because that's your boss. I had to realize this woman is 30 something. Like, she about to be 40 soon. She's never going to be in the spaces that you're going to be in. She's weird. She's weird, and she's going to be right here. In 10 years, she's going to be right here. Because if you're 30 something and you're still acting like that, baby, she would get the nastiest little attitudes. She would like walk around and it's just strange. There was another girl who was, I think, the same age as her, if not around the same age, also a mom. Weird. First time meeting her, she just weird off the bat, rude off the bat. You know, once again, I don't know what it's like to be a miserable fuck. So I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't understand these behaviors. Rude off the bat, because just of her nasty attitude, I decided in the very beginning that I was going to just be cool on her. Like, it was just going to be only if I have to talk to you, I will. You know, work-related stuff, you need something, I got you. Work-related, anything, I got you, right? Anything personal, I don't care. If we're walking into the building at the exact same time, I will let you in the door if I'm walking in. You know what I'm saying? I'll come and get the door for you if you need somebody to let you in. If you need help with something work-related, I got you. But talking about our weekends, seeing what you're going to be doing for the holiday, like stuff like that. Not me, babe, not me. I never been the type. You know what I'm saying? But literally, after months of just being like that because of how nasty her attitude was, when I was about to leave, she heard through the grapevine that I was leaving. And for some reason, this woman came up behind me and like hugged me. And I was like, what the fuck? She was like, oh my gosh, you're leaving? Oh my gosh, I can't believe that you're going. We just started to become friends. I'm not gonna lie. I don't even remember there being ever any type of exchange, but I can only assume that she probably caught me when I was in a really good mood, or caught me when I was talking to somebody else, and I may have shared a chuckle, a chuck. And she took that as, oh my God, we're friends. And I was like, no. No. Okay, but miserable people like that, right? They like to try to cling on to and leech onto bright, bubbly spirits such as myself. Why? Because we're not miserable sacks of shit. And the way that you get like that, right? The way that you become like overly confident and just unapologetically you is by understanding that not having confidence is unacceptable. It's quite literally unacceptable. Like, confidence is tied to self-love. I think that confidence and self-love are sanctimonious. I think they're together, linked like a chain, right? Because, hi Ryla, is that how you say your name? Or Rayla? Like, they're linked like a chain. And it can affect every single part of your life. Like, literally from any type of relationship that you have, to your career path, to the risks that you take, to how you take care of yourself mentally, emotionally, you know, hygienically, all those things, right? It's all tied to that. And when it comes down to hating yourself, right? People are going to always hate you. Let them do that. You know what I'm saying? Let them do the heavy lifting. Let them have that. Because what is you doing? Hating on yourself. People are going to hate on you regardless of anything. Like, regardless of anything, you just being alive, people are going to hate you. So why are you adding extra hate to your already full plate when it comes down to other individuals? Like, they're going to hate you regardless. So you may as well go ahead and let them have that. And you love yourself. Being confident in oneself is literally so freaking important because it influences every decision that you make, right? So people will ask me, my friends will always ask me all the time, oh, Coy, like, how did you know that you would get that job? Like, how did you know to ask for that amount of money? Because I knew I deserved it. I did. I might not be confident in asking for it, but I will be confident in asking for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though I might not be like, oh, okay, I might not get it, because, we all have self-doubt. I might be like, oh, I might not get the job, I might not get it. I'm still going to be confident enough to go and ask for it. I will. Why? Because I deserve it. Hi, Mr. Kent. I deserve it. I will go and sit into that office and ask for that raise because I deserve it. I deserve it. It's mine. So even if I'm not fully confident in how I'm going to get it done or how it's going to be or how it's going to work out, baby, it's up in the air. As long as I know that I am deserving of it, I'm going to go after it. When you have self-love, when you care about yourself, your relationships reflect that. When you have self-love and care about how you treat yourself, you won't allow other people to mistreat you. That's what happens when you have confidence and self-love. Those things are linked like a chain. So somebody, basically a guy, for my girly pops out there, a guy love bombing you and then turning around and then ignoring you for 3 weeks, you will fucking block him. When you have confidence and self-love, you will block the fuck out of him. Or do what I do. Remove their contact number from your phone, and when they text you again, I have ADHD, so I forget anyway. They'll text you, hey, who is this? Oh, this is such and such. Baby, don't even call my phone. Don't even dial my number. Don't even try it. You look stupid right now. You won't even entertain the nonsense, the bullshit. When it comes down to family, you will sit back and realize, I don't talk to you that way. I don't even talk to myself that way. What makes you think I'm about to let you talk to me that way? I don't give a damn who you are. You finna get the fuck up out of here. My mom used to laugh at me because she used to be like, Coy, you keep your scissors on your belt, and I do. And I do. You would get snipped expeditiously fucking with me. Because one thing I ain't ever did was ever give no fuck. Like, because I have to choose me every single time. And when you have self-love, when you have confidence, the shit might not be easy, but it will get done. Hello? Because the alternative is being disrespected. The alternative is not getting what you want. The alternative is keeping people in your life that harm you. Why would you want that? 1 in 400 trillion. I say it all the time to y'all. 1 in 400 trillion chance that you will be born. You get one damn time on this earth, and you about to tarnish it by not loving yourself enough to choose you every time and let them call you selfish, babe. Don't be afraid. Oh my God. Do not be afraid of the word selfish. Call me selfish, babe. Go ahead. Slap it on me. Go ahead. If they need to put my motherfucking picture in the dictionary next to the fucking word selfish, get a good shot, okay? Get a good shot. Make sure you got it. So what? What about it? You have to be a little selfish in this life. Because if you're always giving, that's how your ass gets taken advantage of. And setting boundaries doesn't make you selfish either. So many people who are down to manipulate you, hence the reason why confidence is so important. People who are down to manipulate you and want to hurt you and want to use you will try to use that type of word to try to stop you from choosing yourself or not allowing them to overstep your boundaries. But when you have confidence in yourself, it literally influences everything that you do. So you'll be able to pick up on that immediately. So I'll use myself as a perfect example, right? If somebody was try to call me selfish or mean because I don't allow them to walk all over me or do whatever, right, that I'm not comfortable with, I would have the confidence and self-love in myself to know, let me look at my other relationships. Let me look, and this is something that I have to do myself. Let me look at my other relationships. My friends don't think that I'm selfish. The family members who got a brain don't think that I'm selfish. My coworkers don't think that I'm selfish. People who work with me don't think that I'm mean. When I'm away from work, my coworkers will be like, Coy, we missed you. When I'm away from my friends, they'd be like, Coy, we missed you. If I was selfish and if I was mean, would I be on somebody's mind like that? If I was selfish and I was mean, would people be looking out for my presence like that? Would my presence be missed like that? You know what I'm saying? Like when you have that confidence, it's like the bullshit. You just can't, it's like you can't comprehend. You can't even pick it up. Because it literally makes you reflect on yourself and be like, no. Not only am I worth it, I'm deserving. No, you're just trying to use your tactics to try to manipulate me because you want me to do something for you when I'm not comfortable doing that. Or you overstep the boundary that I've already told you about multiple times and you keep doing it because you're trying to see how far I will let you go. And you got to cut it off the moment that you see it. I'll use my ex as a perfect example, right? I'm somebody who tries to give people chances, okay? I try to give people chances. You know, we all human. We make mistakes, right? My ex, I use him as a perfect example. He literally would like refuse to like spend time with me, right? So say I like plan a date for us, or let's just say that I have like a thing set aside for us. I did a whole thing, set it up. He didn't have to do anything, right? And I say, okay, all you got to do is show up at this time, at this moment. I'm a type A, so I love to plan. So it ain't nothing for me to do a little, mix a room, right? I do my little 1-2-1-2. He'll be late. I understand it. Sometimes we got time blindness as ADHD or myself, right? Sometimes things happen. Traffic, things of that nature. He did it once. He did it twice. He did it a third time. Now, you fucking with me. And with each progressing time, excuse me, y'all, it would get like later and later. First you 15 minutes late this time, then you 30 minutes late this time, then you 2 hours late this time. I got him up out of there. Yep. I got him up out of there. I really did. I definitely did. Because you don't value my time. And time is the most priceless thing on the planet. Priceless. And it's non-refundable. You can't get it back. Once it's gone, it's gone. So however you decided to spend that time, baby, I hope it was worth it. Because you ain't getting that time back. You decide to play with the most priceless thing on the planet, the thing that I cannot get back, my time. You disrespect me because I told you about the boundary. I told you how I felt about it, and you made absolutely no efforts to correct the behavior. All you kept doing was making excuses. I tell you that I'm going to leave you because you think that I'm playing, and you think that this shit is funny. And I kid y'all not, this man genuinely thought that I was just throwing a tantrum when I got rid of him. And he was like, he called me a couple of days later and was like, oh, are you good now? I'm like, good with what? What are you talking about? And he was like, well, our little fight that we had the other day. Fight? What fight? Like the confidence literally blended that fight into an end result. Like, what are we talking about? You talking about my freedom day? You talking about my freedom day? The day that I was freed from you? Oh, I don't even call that a fight, baby. I don't know what you're talking about. He was just like, oh, so you really broke out? I was like, yeah. What, you thought I threw a little tantrum or something? You thought I just threw a little, what you thought this was? And he was just like, yeah, I thought you did. The funny thing is that your uncles, your cousins, your father all told you, don't fuck up with her. Because she the type to bloop. Got him up out of there. He was so angry. He went and tried to get himself another girlfriend like the next day. Texted me about it. It was just like, yeah, I got me a new girl and we gonna be happy together and I'm never gonna love you. I was never gonna love you the way that I love her. And I'm like, was I supposed to be bothered? I'm not really sure what we're doing here. I'm not really sure. You didn't appreciate me when we were together. You obviously didn't love me when we were together. You didn't care about me when we were together because you would have made the effort for something so small. We make a plan, show up for it on time. You couldn't even do that. The bare fucking minimum. I pushed you onto her. I literally gave you away. And you're texting me, trying to tell me that you got you a new boo as if I didn't just literally get rid of you? That's like me being mad about a fly eating the food out of the trash. Like, I just threw the food in the trash. Obviously, it's discarded. Obviously, I don't want it. So why would I get upset about a fly eating my trash? Like, slurping up the discarded. Like, wait. And he was so angry. He was so angry. I ain't got nothing for you, babe. See, because I might care for you, but I love me more. Always. Yeah, always. Because I have to choose me. I got to put me first. Okay, I got to put me first, Lucius. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't, who else you going to put right there? I never get people who try to live their lives for other people. Live your life for you. You only get one. And then a year later, that same ex is blowing up my phone. He called my phone several times. I didn't answer any of those times. Like, why are you calling me? I thought you were with your boo thing, you know, your best friend, you know what I'm saying? Like the girl who he's going to love beyond insanity. But when you're a confident individual, confidence, first of all, just radiates, right, off of you. When you're a confident person, you're going to get the leeches. You're going to get the haters who are going to try to come and dim your light because you are so fucking bright. Right? But you're also going to get people who are going to meet you in your personal life who are going to want to try to cling on to you because you have something about you that makes them want to stay. But on top of that too, though, when you have that confidence that radiates, right, you also don't even allow people like that to even latch on to your life, right? So my confidence in that, and even in that time, was slowly still building, slowly still doing. I was still learning from my mistakes back then. And that was, what? I think I was 18 or 19. I think 19. Maybe. I think it was 19. 4 years ago. I was still learning from my mistakes then. And I'm still growing now. If I would have had the confidence that I have now, back then, I would have been got rid of him. I would have been got rid of that dude. Because I deserved better. Immediately. But he reminded me of a lot of the men that I was surrounded by in my lifetime. From like my dad to my brothers to all that stuff. So I was just like, that's the reason why I allowed this shit, because I'm so used to this. But this is not normal. Y'all behavior is not normal. And having self-love, having self-confidence, it was able to make me realize this is not the life that you should be having. This is not the people you should be entertaining. Point blank, period. And when you care about yourself, you truly don't give a fuck about how anybody else feels about you. You know what I'm saying? And like, there's a difference between being a confident person and being somebody who's just like an asshole. You know what I'm saying? You can be confident, but not arrogant. Being arrogant is always aligned in this, like, I think I'm better than you type of thing. Being confident and having self-love is not aligned with arrogance. It just means I'm not about to sacrifice my well-being, sacrifice myself for you. When you're confident, you get way more comfortable with the word no. Way more comfortable with the word no. And when it comes down to that, you realize that the word no is not some big voodoo, I don't know, taboo word, for one. And for two, saying no does not equate how good or bad of a person you are. And that was something that I genuinely had to learn, because you think, oh, saying no, I'm mean, I'm bad, I'm not a good friend, I'm not a good family member, da 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 da. But no could literally just mean no. No, I don't want to do that. No, I don't want to go out of my way to go do that. Why can't you figure it out? One thing that I had to learn that with was with my little sister. My little sister got so used to relying on me for everything that it's almost as if she didn't have any independence to do things on her own. To the point where she would ask me to do things that you'll be like, well, why can't you just do that yourself? Like, recently, she had asked, because, she usually does, like, she gets, like, Walmart groceries delivered. I live about almost 20 minutes, if with bad traffic, almost 20 minutes away from my sister. Okay? I live on the other side, the whole other side of Milwaukee. Right? Something happened with her grocery deliveries. And she needed to, like, go pick up the groceries. Right? She called me and was just like, hey, could you go out of your way? I was in the middle of doing something, but she was like, could you go out of your way to drive to a completely different county where this Walmart is, go pick up our groceries and bring them to the house? And this county is like an extra 15 minutes. So we're talking about a 30-minute drive out of my way just to go and get the groceries for them. And then I was like, you live closer to this place. This place is like maybe 10 minutes from you. And I was like, why couldn't you go and get an Uber and go? Well, I don't want to. Why not? It's an inconvenience. You have the money to go get an Uber to go get your groceries that you need. And you think that going 10 minutes down the street with the Uber is more inconvenient than making me get dressed, leave my home, drive 30 minutes to go to a store that I do not have groceries at, pick up your groceries, and then bring them to the house. And then help you all unload them and then drive all the way back home. You're basically talking about at least an hour of my time. Just from there and driving there and then driving to you and then driving to my house is the whole hour. Not to mention the unloading all that stuff on my weekend. Because you'll be inconvenienced with having to go 10 minutes down the street in an Uber. See, if I was still afraid of that no word, and I'm still working on it to this day, if I was still afraid of that no word and I didn't have that confidence or the self-love, I would have been like, sure, sister, I'll do all that, even though you can easily do it yourself. But that day I said no. And what turns out, after I said no, she went, she called the place, she scheduled a different day to go pick it up or something. Or got it delivered or something like that. She figured it out without me having to go inconvenience my life. To go 30 minutes out of my life, spend an hour out of my life to go deliver her groceries that she could have easily figured out another solution for. I don't know, I'm getting notifications. And it's like little moments like that. I was just like, before I used to do that. I used to be like, yeah, even though I really truly am in the middle of something and I don't want to leave my home, I would do it because I used to be afraid of, oh, I'm going to be a bad person. Oh, I'm selfish or whatever. That's not selfish because you said no. Even though there's another solution they can come up with that's much easier, that's not inconveniencing you. Wasting gas, driving all the way to a completely different county. What? Just because it's inconvenient for her. Like, when you start to love yourself and you realize that having those two things, it changes the trajectory of your life, y'all. And I tell y'all this shit because it literally happened to me. I am a living example of me gaining this stuff over time, over the years. Learning how to say no, stepping away from people pleasing, realizing that me not giving in to not wanting to be, I guess you say, not wanting people to be upset with me about not wanting to do things for them, how that doesn't make me a bad person. How I'm putting myself first doesn't make me a bad person. How the word confident does not make you a bad person. And it changed how I lived my life quite literally. To the point where now every single time that I make a decision that's involving advancing my life or not, right? It's like a no-brainer. And like my confidence is kind of just like naturally produced. Because the question is always back to me, how will this affect you? Will you be happy about it? Will it change something for you? Will it advance you in some way? And I'm somebody who do not believe in staying stagnant. I hate staying stagnant. Like, baby, when I say, oh my God, I don't know how people do it. I don't know how people go year after year after year after year without advancing somewhere in their life. I don't understand how people complain about things that happen in their life and do nothing to change it. I hate that. And I hate people like that. Because how you say you hate this job that it doesn't pay you enough, even though you work hard, you do this, you da 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 da, but then you don't open up your mouth when your manager is talking about raises. You don't apply for that position when you know that it's open and that you'll be able to get it, or that you could potentially be a candidate. Like I when I started to literally sit back and see and ask myself this one big question, how will it affect me? Will it affect me for the better or for the worse? When I started asking myself that question, it's as if everything else became easy. Because if it's not going to affect me positively, why the fuck am I doing it? I remember when my manager was talking about raises back at my job before my last one, my previous job when I was at a bank. They were talking about raises. And literally, I knew I was going above and beyond for my job. I knew I was going above and beyond. I knew that I deserved a higher pay than my coworkers. I knew that I was doing what I needed to do, right? They was always giving me positive points, showing me great accolades. Like we had like this thing that was called United Way, which was like a fundraising thing. Our branch was always one of the lowest ones to ever produce any type of funds. I was the very first person to put our freaking branch on the map, like to the point where like our branch was like up there. I helped them make the most money for this fundraiser they have ever made in the years before I've ever gotten there. In my first couple of months of being there, I took charge, collected money to the point where the customers loved me. They would recognize me outside. They recognized me outside my job, everything. I had people literally donating money just because I was there, just because it was me, right? And so when the idea of raises came up, I surely did go and sit with my manager and said, I have great customer service. I have customers who literally do not want no other teller helping them out. I have helped y'all raise multiple dollars, baby. Plenty of money for y'all little fundraiser. Okay. We had like this little bingo thing where it was like like you have to like do different things on the bingo card. So like getting people to sign up for our little not fresh perks, but like our little perks points rewards program, getting people to sign up for certain loans, credit cards, opening up a checking account, like all that stuff. And I was already doing that stuff. But when we had a little bingo things, they gave us prizes like, money and like, days off and shit, baby. Okay, I cleared like 6 of those bingo cards. Hello! I was rolling in the bingo cards. Hello. But anyways, when I was doing that, I was overselling in that. Always suggesting people to get loans. Always talking members out of getting like, there's like these loans that take advantage of the poor. If you know anything about that, there's like these loans that literally would give them like, maybe let's just say they give them $1,500, right? The interest rate would be like 50%. So helping them stop getting away from those type of loans and helping them try to see if they can get a loan with us instead for like a much better rate and all that good stuff, right? And so I had this fat ass rap sheet, not even rap sheet, but like sheet of all my achievements. So when I went to go talk to my manager, I said I have this. I deserve a raise. And not only did I say I deserve a raise, I told them what I wanted, and I was confident. And I said, this is what I need. This is the raise that I need. Otherwise, I will not be able to stay here. I said that to my manager's face. I will be leaving. If you cannot pay me, I will be leaving. I will. And it's not because I don't care about you guys. That is one of the only jobs I've ever had where I genuinely felt like we were a fucking family. We were so, we were so linked like that. I genuinely felt like it was a family. And it was hard for me to leave that place because we were so tight knit and like goofy and silly and stuff like that all together, like all the time, to the point where like the customers was just like, why are y'all always so happy? Because we a family in this bitch. We are having the time of our lives. You might be, I don't know. We having a time. Okay, we talking about showing each other baby pictures. Like I had a housewarming. Most of them were invited to my housewarming. Like all this stuff. We were like a little tight knit group. So it's like, when I had that conversation with my manager, I said, even though we are like a family, we're super close and I enjoy being here, at the same time, I know what I deserve. I know what I deserve and I know what I need. And one thing about me, I'm going to always advance my life. I got to keep going. Got to keep growing. It's only up from here. I'm already at the bottom. Right? And so my manager was like, okay, I'll see what I can do. We'll work with it, right? I ended up getting a higher raise than all of my coworkers. They ended up getting like a raise by like, I want to say like maybe a few cents. I ended up getting almost like a $2 raise, right? Still wasn't what I needed though. So what did I do? I left. Because knowing my worth, knowing what I deserved, I knew I needed more money than that. I knew that y'all had the money to spare. Right? Before I left, I did try to also go for another position. I was only there for, I want to say, was I there for a year? Yeah, I was there for maybe a year, about a year. And then I tried to apply for another position. I only got beat out by another candidate because that other candidate just had experience in that position before me. But if it wasn't for them having that experience, then I would have gotten the position, right? That was giving me the pay that I wanted. But when I didn't get that position and I didn't get the pay increase that I needed, I ended up leaving. Because I knew, myself, I could not disappoint myself like that. I could not go another year without making the money that I needed to make. I knew what to ask for. I felt confident in asking for it. Why? Because I deserve it. I deserve it and it's mine. I know that I'm hardworking. So because of that, I'm not going to be, I don't want to say I'm not going to be afraid, but like, even if I'm afraid, I'm going to do it while I'm scared because I deserve it. And having the confidence, having the self-love, you are going to find these decisions to be so easy. It can be scary. It can be scary. You could not know how it's going to work out. You could not know what's going to happen. But you'll do it anyway. Because the alternative is you staying where you at. And I can't say that I love myself confidently if I'm doing something that is not helping me advance in the world, that's not for the betterment of my life. If I'm making decisions and choices that are not going to advance me and make me feel better, and a decision I'm going to regret, that I'm not walking in my purpose of being, having that confidence and self-love. When you have those two things, it's like there's no other options. So what if you're scared? So I tell my friends all the time, apply for that job. So what if you don't got to qualify? Okay, apply. You have no idea what could happen. No idea. I applied for a job in real estate. I didn't know if I was going to get it or not. I didn't really give a fuck. I was applying everywhere. Because why not? Got a few opportunities. One of them didn't work out. The one that I got did work out. When they asked me for salary, they was like, what are you looking for salary? What's your gauge for salary? Now, no. At the previous job, I was only making about, I want to say, let me see. Hold on. Let me do the calculations. Just so stupid. Let me see. It was, let me do the calculations. Hold on. Yeah. So I was only making about maybe $34,000 a year. Not a lot. Only like $34,000 a year. At this new job. These cars are so damn loud. At this new job, right? In the interview, she was just like, "Oh, so what is your salary looking like? What are you thinking?" Baby, when I said with my whole chest, 50,000. I've never made $50,000 in my life. But I was like, that's what I want. That's what I want. That's what I need. I need to make it 50K. I'm sorry. 33 is not the lifestyle that I need. 33 is not the lifestyle that I'm looking for. I need that. Today. She was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, that works." With it was a commissions-based job too. With your base salary and then the commissions, you'll be making that or more. And I did make more. Baby. And it's like having that confidence in yourself to know, even if it doesn't work out, it doesn't mean that I'm not good enough. It doesn't mean that I wasn't deserving. It doesn't mean that that's not mine. It just means that I'm not in the right place. Having the confidence is always being able to reword how it's going. So even if you didn't get that opportunity, you weren't meant to be there. Because if you was, you would be there. You don't know what's going up in that company. They could be going down next week. You don't know. They could be doing microaggressions up in there. You don't know. You could be dealing with a whole bunch of misogynists. You don't know. You never know. But you should have the confidence in yourself to say, well, that didn't work out, but it's not my fault. It's not because I didn't put my best foot forward. It's not because I'm not deserving. It's not because I'm not successful. It's not because I'm not a good candidate. I'm not meant to be there. I know that I'm exceptional because anything that I touch gets elevated every single time. Any job that I'm in. Well, this job I was making, I made almost, I think I want to say 60K, 10K over what I was looking for. I think so. I think so. Maybe even 13. I don't remember. But all that, all from just me putting my head out there. I ain't never been in real estate. I never worked in real estate a day in my life. But I threw my hat in the ring. I threw my hat in the ring and said, hey, let it fly. And got an opportunity like that. It was making almost double what I was making the year before. Just because I had confidence in myself. Baby, I'm telling you. If you don't have anything else, you need to have that fucking confidence. You have to. I don't know how y'all live in life without it. Personally, when you have confidence, there's just shit that you will not accept. You will not accept the bare minimum. You won't make the same mistakes that you made in the past. That's another thing too. Huge mistakes is being like, oh, I'm too nervous, I'm too scared. I'm not scared of shit. Well, at least you wouldn't think I was. The way I be moving. Baby, I might be shaking in my boots, but I'm still gonna do it. I might be nervous as hell, but I'm still going to do it. I might not be fearless, but I'm sure as hell confident. Hey, and on days where you're not feeling like you're confident, pretend. Fake it till you fucking make it. Quite literally fake it till you make it. One thing y'all not gonna know is that I'm not confident. That's one thing that you're not gonna know. Because I'm supposed to be confident every single day. And if there's a day that I'm not feeling like that, baby, girl, go in the back. Did I eat anything? Did I eat anything? I did this morning. I did eat something this morning. early this morning. My sleep schedule's fucked up. My sleep schedule is very fucked up right now. But like, when you have that, y'all, everything just falls into place for you. Decisions that you make, the way that you navigate the world, the way that you keep hang on to or get rid of relationships, the way that you operate at a job. That's another thing too. Walking in that purpose, walking in that confidence. You'll be surprised. You'll be surprised how, like, why are you asking that, bitch? You gonna bring me some food? You'll be surprised how people act around you. When you are an overly confident person, baby, let me tell you something. You know that you're an overly confident person when you have haters in your workplace. At this last job, I had a boss that was so jealous of me. It was sickening. Like, I didn't do nothing to this woman. Oh, okay. I didn't do nothing to this woman, but for some weird ass reason, she would do everything in her power to be weird towards me. Like, there was like a syndics at this old job, and like she would like invite my coworker right in front of me, and then not invite me, and then my coworker would have to look and be like, "You want to go to syndics with us?" The fuck was that? And this girl was my boss, by the way. Weirdest girl on the planet. I realized how her attitude was, and so when you are nasty and rude to me, you get cut off from the Koi access. See, Koi is bubbly, fun, likes everybody, sociable, right? And then there's Sequoia, the not give a fuck alter ego of me, right? And she'll look at you like, and give you nothing. Like, nothing. No bubbles, no smiles, no nothing. Oh, you need something? Oh, yeah, sure. Okay, yeah. Just shoot me an email. I'll help you work on it. While Koi be like, what you need? Okay, yeah. Girls, you know you can send me an email. You know you got it. You can tell the difference in those two personalities. Koi don't give a fuck. And she's not mean. That's the thing, she's not mean. She's just... Oh, this coworker. Because she did so many things, y'all, it was ridiculous. This coworker, or this boss. She did so many things. She would do some bullshit and then try to talk to me the next day or talk to me the next hour. And I was just like, I'm not doing this with you. I'm not playing this game with you. So she would do some bullshit. And once Sequoia is out, she's out. Once she is out, she is out. And Koi's not coming back. Once the shield has been put up because you acting funny, It's raps. So she'll come over, she'll just do some bullshit yesterday. And then she'll come over and be like, oh, hold on. She'll be like, oh, I'm going to do yoga and I'm going to be doing all this stuff with my dog this weekend. Da, 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 da. And Square will be like, oh, okay. That's nice. Okay. Doing anything this weekend? Nope. Little did she know. I'm going to Chicago with my best friend and my sister. But she's not going to know that. Because that's something that Koi would say. That's something that Koi would talk to you about. Because Koi is naturally bubbly, naturally inviting, naturally fun. But you have shown that you can't have access like that because you mistreat Koi. And we're not gonna do that, right? And so that's how my personality was with her every single day. With my other coworker, before I gave him the same treatment because he was on some bullshit. Before me and my coworker fell out, I'll be like, yeah, are you doing that this weekend? Cool. I get that. I got that. Oh, that's nice. You like that? Okay, cool. She'll come by. Oh, yeah, I'm doing all this stuff this weekend. Oh, that's nice. That's cool. You doing anything this weekend? No. Oh, okay. Yeah. Anyways, me and my cousins going to the you know what I'm saying? Like it would be, you need me to do something with you work related? I got you. Shoot me an email. Shoot me a Teams. You need me to work with you on something? I got you. You need me to go somewhere and do something? I got you. Anything work related, you got it. I'm not gonna be mean to you at all. But what I'm not gonna do is give you access to me when you acting like that. Right? And it got to a point because me and her we were working together on Mondays, but then my coworker, his schedule was Tuesday through Saturday. So on Mondays it would just be me and her. And one day she had put me into her office and she was just like, I feel like you're ignoring me. And I was like, I've never ignored you. She was like, yeah, when I asked you about your weekend and everything like that, and I tell you about my weekend, like you just don't talk to me and stuff like that. And I was like, what are you talking about? I don't ignore you. You tell me about your weekend, I tell you that's nice. You ask me about my weekend and say if I'm doing anything, I say no. How is that ignoring you? I'm giving you answers. You email me, I respond. You Teams me, I respond. You need to brainstorm with me on something work related, I communicate. I'm confused. You need to update me about something, or I need to update you about something, I talk to you every day. Where is the ignoring? She was silent. She had no reply. I'm like, how am I? What are you talking about? But people like that be wanting to suck the life out of you so fucking bad. So bad that they'll come up with anything. How are you miserable and acting crazy towards me? And when I was being my natural self with you, you showed me that couldn't be because of the way that you act. And then when I am just treating you like a regular person, now all of a sudden I'm ignoring you? No. You're a miserable person who wants to suck the life out of bright people like me, and I have cut you off from access. Okay? I have cut you off from access because obviously you see this personality that I have as some type of thing that you can take advantage of, some type of thing that you can try to manipulate, some type of thing that you can try to abuse. As she tried to call herself reporting me to HR for that, I went into HR. I explained to them the exact thing that I do with her. And it was like, oh. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. Mind you, this is the same woman from our previous boss, because she became our boss because our other one left. Well, she was our boss before, but it went like property manager, assistant property manager. She was the assistant property manager, and our previous property manager, she had left to go back to Chicago. And our previous property manager reported this girl to HR for being mean to her. So I was like, you have a lot of nerve to try to report me because I'm not telling you about my weekend. as me being mean to you. When I'm not being mean to you, I'm just not giving you access to what you were so used to having because you disrespect it. And you will not dim my light. Sorry. I'm going to keep my reserves for those who deserve it. And that's just kind of what it is. Because the one thing about me is that I'm not even going to need to get mad. I'm not even going to need to argue back and forth with you. I'm not going to have to yell. I'm just going to remove my presence altogether. I'm just going to remove my presence altogether. And the funny thing is that people don't realize how much of the absence of your presence can affect them. I don't need to go back and forth. I don't need to yell at you. I'm somebody who I don't need an audience to discuss something with you. I don't need to get managers or anything involved. I can pull you to the side and speak to you myself. I'm an adult. I'm mature. I know how to speak to you. I don't need somebody else. You will know what you did was wrong. You will know how you acted was inappropriate because I will tell you. But what I'm not going to do, what you'll never see me do, is get completely out of character, especially in a professional setting, with you. Because what's in it for me? My absence, you're gonna see real fast. You're gonna see how you act will affect you. I'm still gonna remain me, but I will snatch away my access so damn fast, and you're going to feel the physical difference. To the point where now you're trying to report me to HR because I'm not being bubbly and fun with you. You're trying to say that I'm ignoring you when you don't have the emails nor the teams to back it up. You don't have the delays in projects to back it up. You don't have the lack of customer service to back it up. You don't have the paper trail. All you got is your word against mine. But my word trumps yours. Because how do you explain the losing of somebody's personality? How do you explain that? You can try to say that I'm being mean, but I'm not being mean to you if I'm speaking to you. If I'm just being straightforward. That's not me being mean. But see, you got so used to having the bubbly fun version of me, but then you lost access to that. So now it feels like I'm being mean because I'm not giving you access to that again because of how you would act. And people like that, miserable people like that, will think that they are okay with how they treat you because you will allow them to, because you don't have the confidence or the self-love to say no. Or to set a boundary. Because you don't want to ruffle anybody's feathers. Get them ruffled, ho. Call yourself a peacock. Go ahead and do a little shimmy, shimmy, shake. What you're not about to do is disrespect me. What you're not about to do is ruin my life, ruin my day on earth. Sorry. Can't let that happen. 1 in 400 trillion chance over here. Only get to live once over here. I understand that. So I will shield myself from you by any means necessary. And I have the confidence in myself to do that because I know who I am as a person. And it's changed so much about my life. Same thing with like leaving a job. Leaving a job, bitch, don't take me shit to leave no job. I ain't gonna lie. Because if I'm leaving the job, I know that I've already checked off every single box. And I'm not the type of person to ever return to a job. If I leave, I left for a very good reason. Trust and believe. I left for a very good reason. Unless it's like a situation where it's just money related and I gotta make some more money somewhere else and then you can offer it to me later on. That's the only time I can see myself going back to a job that I really liked. But in my track record, I have yet to find a job that I left because of money. Just because of money. At least I can say. I have yet to find a job like that. So you will never see me again. I won't be back up in here. Trust and believe. Because if I had to leave, it was for a multitude of reasons. Money would never really be just the only thing. Unless I really desperately needed to make a change. But like, it has changed the trajectory of my life in more ways than I could even explain. Relationships, work, how I manage myself, how I manage my time, how I just do personal things, like how I can navigate the world to make everything better for me. And like, I have literally been on this road of like making the ultimate convenience for myself. So I ain't nowhere near done. I will be there very soon. Trust and freaking believe, okay? Because mama needs to have a very convenient life. Because you only get one time on this earth. That's what I believe. You only get one time on this earth, okay? And I ain't worked too hard, okay, to get chosen by that egg. You know what I'm saying? To stop now. So y'all need to be doing that in every single thing that you do. And if you don't know how to be, oh my God, if y'all don't know how to be confident, fake it till you make it. Get into that mirror and say, I deserve it. Or just think about the alternative. If you don't apply for that job, you're gonna be stuck at the one that you at. If you don't ask for that raise, you're gonna be stuck at the wage that you at. If you continue to let that coworker disrespect you, you're gonna constantly be frustrated. So put things in place to protect yourself. If you don't cut off that family member, you're going to continue to have frustrated moments in your life. And you need to understand something. Just because somebody in your family, they don't have to necessarily be deemed a bad person, if you will. But if you have negative reactions and negative responses and negative interactions every single time that you deal with that individual, it's not a relationship you need to hold on to. Who they are as a person is irrelevant. How is the relationship with that person affecting you? What is it doing to you? How do you feel when you're interacting with this individual? That's what you need to be considering. Fake it till you make it. Center yourself. Ask yourself, is this the best thing for me? Is this going to help me? Am I going to advance? After I make this choice, will I regret it or revel in it? You got to make your choice, because honestly, I don't see no other way in life rather than to be confident. Genuinely. And when you are confident, when you are a bright spirit, when you're somebody who puts yourself first, when you're selfish, you will realize how much stuff just naturally flocks to you. Because you put yourself in the headspace of, yeah, this is supposed to come. Yeah, this is supposed to be meant for me. Yeah, I was supposed to go after that. Because if I didn't, I'd be stuck in the same life I've always been in. And what's the fuck is the point of living if we just gonna keep on doing the same thing all the time? No advancement, no growth, no change. It's just not worth it. And if you're on the internet and you're dealing with hating ass people, just know that they're miserable. And just call them a loser! Loser! Like I do. God, I love calling hateful people losers. It has become one of my favorite American pastimes. Just a sorry little sack of shit. Yeah, and you have to start laughing at them, because it brings me joy. If I ever need a boost, if I'm having a bad day and I get a hater, it's as if you already knew. You're like a bug in my net, like a bug in my little spider web. How did you know that I needed to suck the life out of you today? How'd you know that? How did you know? How did you know that I needed to grind you up and turn you into my fairy dust? How did you know that I needed that today? Well, I don't thank you for being here, but I'm grateful for the fact that I get to have fun. So yeah, just walk through life being confident. You will see also too how little things bother you. Like genuinely, you will see how little stuff just, okay, like literally your outlook on life will be like, okay, and then you'll be able to realize how easily you're able to flip things. Like I've gotten comments on my some of my comments. I'll say something on Instagram. Like I had got one guy who he didn't have anything intelligent to say in response to my comment, and he was just like, oh, I just looked at your profile picture and I threw up in my mouth. First of all, the fact that you thought you had a choice to be attracted to me or not is very strange. Let's first talk about that. I wouldn't even piss on you if I had a full bladder and you were a toilet. Okay? So the fact that you thought that you had a choice to make on whether to be attracted to me or not is very strange. Okay? because you look like a spotted gecko's anus. And I have no other way to explain that. Right? And when you're confident, you, like my brain, you will stop thinking about, oh my God, this person tried to say something mean about me. They tried to say something negative about me, and flip it and be like, I wouldn't want your mean ass to like me anyway. I would want to consult with a lawyer to see if I can consider knowing of your existence as a hate crime, if I can list that as a hate crime. Because I think that it's an attack on me by the fact that I have to know that you exist. You know what I'm saying? A miserable little sack of shit like you. I have to be notified. I have to know that you exist. What's in it for me? You know what I'm saying? What do I get out of the deal? Right? Or I got another guy, which I love saying this. If you never know what to say, if you never know what to say when you're talking to somebody who says something like this to you, just use this. I had a guy who I had posted a video about how, you know, being a chunky girl, showing your full stomach. I'm not afraid to show my stomach because I'm that bitch, right? He got down into the comment section with another incel, which if you don't know what an incel is, it's a man who can never get women. Who basically has said, oh yeah, like, you know, you're ugly or whatever, right? Then he went on my story, responded in my DMs, and was just like, oh, you're I think I posted a video of another plus size lady. Well, she wasn't even necessarily, but a curvy girl who was in the gym and basically just like lifting weights and saying that how like basically weight shows up differently on everybody, right? And so he replied to that story and said the word fatty, right? And I'm like, oh, now you've come into my private domain. Domain extension. Like, baby, domain expansion. Coy commentary. But no, stop playing. Literally, he came into my DM and said that, and baby, I had to light him up. It's just, it is what it is. And literally, he was just like, oh, you know, you sleep with your cousin. The other person who's ever been attracted to you is your cousin. One of my favorite replies ever. It gets them so mad, y'all. He's like, you like to sleep with your cousin. And I was like, you would know all about that, wouldn't you? You would know all about that, wouldn't you? Oh, he was like, you like to get, you got raped by your father. You would know all about that, wouldn't you? If they were to do a crash course on the two things that you just said, you would be the first person they call, because you would know all about what it's like to be touched by your father, wouldn't you? You would know all about what it's like to be getting handsy with your cousins, wouldn't you? Baby, it's like spraying a cockroach with Raid. the little squirming that they be doing, funniest shit on the planet. I'm telling you. And you gotta say it calmly, just like that. You would know all about that, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you? You would know all about it. You like that, huh? Interesting. Y'all, I'm telling you. When you are a confident person, you know that you are that motherfucker when you got haters all the time. Because I just see them as fans, truly. Because why is you on my post and then you on my story? And you in my DMs. You're a fan. I see them no different than I see a fan, besides them just being an ingrate. And like, nothing that they can say could ever affect me. I wouldn't even spit on you. Like, when you have an overabundance of confidence, it's just like, say what you want to say. And what about it? Do what you want to do. And what about it? One of my favorite things I like to say too is, there's nothing you can do about it. There's absolutely nothing you can do about it. I'm fat, guess what? There's nothing you can do about it. I'm black, guess what? There's nothing you can do about it. I'm a woman, guess what? There's nothing you can do about it. And I don't know about y'all, but I get such a happy feeling in reaction when people say they get a aggressively torturous reaction from seeing me. I don't know what it is, but it just fills me with so much joy. You're telling me that your miserable ass, I add to your misery by just existing. I don't have to do anything. I don't have to say anything. I don't have to interact with you at all. I could just post a video and you are so triggered. My presence tortures you so bad and I have to do nothing. Promise. The same dude who was in my DM was like, stop torturing men with your presence. Never. Never. I'll never do it. It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. Because why would I ever do that? You're a miserable sack of shit who's more than likely going to go and try to spread your misery on somebody who's probably not as confident as me, or somebody who's not as strong as me, who can't fight you back or is too afraid to. So I'm going to take this time right now to have the time of my life by ruining yours. Y'all, I don't know how y'all walk around this earth without confidence. I really don't. I don't know how y'all do it, because that confidence, baby, has made me unstoppable. And yeah, but I feel like I talked y'all ear off long enough. Hopefully y'all catch this live later for those who wasn't in here. I love you guys very, very much, and I'll see you in the next one. How you do with the fingers? How you do with your fingers? And it's like, I can't even think. Anyways, love y'all. Bye. Okay, thank Christ.